Welcome to the Opinionated Aussies.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Opinionated Aussies podcast. This is going to be a rather sad episode, but let's just quickly cover it. I'm Adrian, I'm joined by Aden. How's it going, mate?
Yeah, good mate, how are you?
Good. My computer's going to be in the back of that recording. Fucking hell, just beeped at me. And unfortunately this week we do not have Jordan. Jordan is otherwise engaged and couldn't make the episode today, unfortunately. But we are joined by the next generation, which was planned before, but then Jordan bailed. Sorry, Jordan. We are joined by young Devan. How you going, little man?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
Well, we live in the same house, dude. You don't have to... For
I
those of
haven't
you...
talked to you much today. Might as well use it.
For those of you that don't know, Devan is actually my little brother. Very easy to get on this podcast, because I literally just go into the next room. So, the topic we had covered that we were going to do today, we're not going to do now because we would like Jordan to be here. So instead, we're just going to talk about one thing each of us is looking forward to this year. And funnily enough, we kind of all got like aligning things that we can all look forward to. So this won't be a very long episode. We're just basically here to just talk about things that we're looking forward to. And that's pretty much it. So I will save mine for last because mine's probably different to these two the most, but I still look forward to the other two things. So we'll go with Aden first. Aden, what are you looking forward to come out of this year?
Mate, I am looking forward to the new Dragon Ball Super movie, Dragon Ball Super Superhero. Very excited for that movie.
Mate, I think I can agree with you on that one, and pretty sure Devan can as well.
I haven't kept up with it, but from what I have seen, it does look like it's going to be a pretty good step in the direction for the Dragon Ball series.
The thing I'm looking forward to about it the most is that Piccolo is finally getting some love.
Yeah, I saw that. Piccolo's actually gotta be on equal scale by the looks of it now.
I don't know. Would you say he'd be on equal scale, Aiden? I don't think that's what it implies.
Look, he's definitely going to get a huge power increase, 100%. But it's going to take. I don't think they're going to Gohan's getting a lot of love in this movie too, which I really like. I don't know if you guys have seen the images in the trailer, but it looks like adult Gohan as teen Gohan. Like he's got that badass energy back.
Yeah, well, he got it back at the end of the anime and at the end of the Tournament of Power arc in the manga.
Yes.
So it only makes sense that he keeps progressing, but the one thing that I wish they'd hurry up and do is instead of another movie, they should have made a season 2, to continue the manga.
It's coming.
Especially with what's been happening in the manga recently, oh my god.
Mate, it is getting so good. I am so excited. But I will say, I don't know if you guys have heard, but the Toei Animation website actually got hacked.
Yes.
So the new movie has actually been slightly delayed. Now, the good news is it will give the developers time to improve the quality of the movie. So I guess you can take a W with an L at the same time.
This is what happens in today's current age, because Toei Animation wasn't the only Japanese animation studio to get hacked recently.
Yeah.
There was another one.
Yeah.
I can't remember, but they were the ones that are doing the Jujutsu Kaisen Zero movie, or whatever the fuck it's called. Yeah, that's two movie studios. Or 2 studios, sorry. And that's just the world we live in now. Although I don't know why anyone's bothering with hacking Japanese animation studios at the moment. There's bigger things to worry about. But
Yeah.
if there's one thing that I can say about the new movie is that it looks okay. Personally, I like the look of it, but I feel like a part of me is starting to really miss the old animation and the old style that Dragon Ball was using back in probably Z mostly than anything else. I don't know. How do you kind of see where I'm coming from, Aden?
Yeah, look, I do think that Dragon Ball does need to sort of move with the times because we see some like for one anime that I can think of that's got amazing animation is Demon Slayer, crazy good animation. So I think Dragon Ball's just trying to move with the times and match others' animation. However, it does seem like the animation seems like very video game like. I don't mind that though, but yeah, it seems to be going right away from the anime sort of vibe and going into more of a video game sort of graphics look.
Yeah, because recently I've been watching Attack on Titan Season 4 Part 2. New episode's coming out for that tomorrow, and the animation quality in that is, because there's not as many colours to use, because of that, it's basically on par with Demon Slayer. It just looks so crisp and so nice. And then I look at the best comparison. I saw like old art style Goku back in like Dragon Ball Z era, back when they were all big, bulky, muscly. They had tone definition and everything. And then the most recent movie, which was the Dragon Ball Super Broly, and it looked like old animated Goku was like young Arnold Schwarzenegger back in his comp days, and then Broly movie Goku looked like Arnold now, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, to a degree.
Yeah, like less lines, and it just looks more like flab. But that's just me. I kind of agree with that. But what about you, Devan? Like, out of what you have seen of Superhero, the new movie coming out, what do you think it's...
I will say I'm definitely more on the line of what Aden was saying, how it looks definitely more video game graphic, and I'm pretty sure that's because recently of like how much Dragon Ball video games there are. Like, there's the Xenoverse series, there was Kakarot, there was Fighter Z, and there's still the mobile game Legends that is constantly getting updated. So I feel like they're trying to lead more into like kind of like Pokemon in a way, how it's kind of like you got Dragon Ball and Pokemon, how they are very big anime titles, but their video games are also really big as well.
To be fair, though, Devin, if there's one thing Pokemon has over Dragon Ball is that the games were definitely better way before Dragon Ball games were good.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
Because as older fellas, I think me and Aiden can say the heydays of Pokemon have never really ended. They've kind of always been good, and they've just gotten better as they've gone on. They've gotten kind of boring, in my opinion, but yeah, we see where you're coming from with this animation style for the Dragon Ball superhero movie. I think that's a good segue into Devon. What are you looking forward to this year?
So I had two things I was looking forward to this year. One of them has already happened, which was the release of Elden Ring. As a big fan of the From Software's work, I was always really interested in what open world Dark Souls could be.
I mean, as someone who doesn't play it, what did you think of the release of Elden Ring, Aiden? Have you kept up with it in your spare time?
Oh, look, to a degree. Like, I follow a lot of PokeTubers on YouTube, and there's one dude, his name's United Gamer, so if he ever sees this, man, give us a shout out on your next episode. But no, he's been big on Dark Souls, I believe that's from.
Yes.
And, yeah, and apparently, like, this one is harder than any of the other ones. I don't know how true that is, but Devon, you can chime in.
What I've seen from Elden Ring, it's definitely more different from the Soul series, as the Soul series is usually linear paths to eventually get to a boss. But in Elden Ring, there's really only 4 bosses that are a part of the main story. every other boss is just optional, which is very unique for the series. There's never been that few bosses you had to defeat. So, but those main bosses are like the peak of your skill level.
Which makes a lot of sense. The bosses shouldn't really, in my opinion, there should never be that many bosses in a video game that like test your skill that frequently. That's why I could never really get into the Soul series. But then again, a lot of people love that shit.
Yeah.
From what I've seen of Elden Ring, it looks quite gorgeous for a From Software game, because they're usually quite drab and grey and dark. It actually looks really good. Wasn't expecting that from you, though. I was expecting the other one, and I believe...
Yeah, the main one definitely is the release of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet in November this year.
Yes.
As I'm pretty sure Aden can agree, this is the big next step. Like, we had Arceus, which was the step, but this game looks like it's gonna shoot further.
Yeah, no, I can agree with that. Like, I've obviously played Arceus. I like the mechanics behind Arceus. I love the old school Pokemon style games where you fight your gym leaders, you do all that. I don't like I get Arceus was more like I guess it was sort of like a test to see how that sort of open world experience would go, so then they could bring us Scarlet and Violet. But I don't know, being someone that likes the OG sort of style, I liked Arceus, but it definitely wasn't one of my favourite Pokemon games.
Yeah, that's believable.
As someone who hasn't played Arceus, but I've seen a crap ton of it in my own home, it's something that I would be interested in, but it wouldn't grab me to the point that I'd finish it. The last Pokemon game I finished was Sword, sadly.
Oh, wow. So you didn't even finish Brilliant Diamond or Shining Pearl?
It's currently sitting in my Switch, and I haven't even gotten a single gym badge.
Wow, man, it is a good game. They are brilliant games.
It came out around a time where there was a bunch of other stuff going on that I was more interested in. I can't remember. I was doing some. I think it was around the time that the latest Minecraft update had come out. The latest 7 Days to Die update had come out. Me and Joe were playing games again, and playing Pokemon just wasn't really at the forefront of my mind. And I just keep forgetting to pick it up and play it again. But that's because I'm kind of doing other things in my spare time now.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, fair.
I mean, considering that I've literally just finished working 13 days in a row, I haven't really had the time to sit down and just play Pokemon for a day. Fuck my life.
Yeah.
But I will say, from what I've seen of Violet and Scarlet, like, I don't know, man. I'm kind of in Aiden's book here, where I'm old school. Like, I think the best Pokemon game that I've ever played, in my opinion, is either going to be between Emerald or it's going to be between Black and White.
Look, I've got to admit, Emerald by far is my favourite Pokemon game.
Easily, hands down, Emerald. And although Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire were kind of close to that, because they were remakes of the Ruby Sapphire Emerald generation.
Yeah.
But there was just something about it that just didn't feel... I can't fucking think of the word now. The remakes just didn't feel like there was as much love put into them as Emerald. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But with that said, so what is there announced about fucking Violet and Scarlet? You still got to fill me in, because there's not as much I've seen about it as used to.
So there's not been much at all really revealed. We got the 3 starters, which, in my opinion, there's definitely the outlier of the 3 starters being, in my opinion, the water starter for it. The other 2 look pretty good and have pretty good potential put into their designs and what they could be. It's just waiting to see what they can be at this point.
I just did a quick look into the starters. So what? There's what are they called? It doesn't even tell me on this fucking thing.
So you got the grass type, which is Sprigatito.
Yep.
The crocodile, which is Fuecoco,
And
and then Quaxley the duck, which personally, I don't think, like the other two, happy for them, they look like starters. Quaxley looks like a pre-evolution of Swanna.
It
It
does.
does. It does look like Ducklet a lot, which
Yeah.
definitely.
But there's apparently... So, DeviantArt, there's some theories as to what the final evolution of these things look like. I think it's not meant to grow up into like a duck or a swan. It's meant to grow up into like a seagull.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Personally, I'm looking at this and I'm like, we are a long way away from what starters used to be because...
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, we got like... What is this? This looks like Fennekin, but the grass type version of it.
Yeah.
Sandile now on fucking 2 legs. And Donald motherfucking Duck.
It kind of looks like a cross between Sandile and Totodile.
I compare it more to Fire type Gibble, if I'm being honest. How it's just that very chubby body, chubby body, the big jawline. That's you can't deny that part.
Yeah,
as well.
that's actually so true. That is actually so true. Oh my god, I pressed buttons. Why have I pressed buttons? Okay, we're good.
But
Yeah, no, gone were the days where you could just look at your Pokemon and for the next gen that were announced and be like, oh, that looks so good. Although, to be fair, I did see a lot of the new forms that were brought out in Arceus, and I was like, not impressed.
But it's
Some of them were alright. I didn't mind some of them. I thought there was others that could have been better. I like Weirdeer, the Stanley evolution. I like that one. And the Braviary is good too, but I wasn't a big fan of like the Growlithe or anything like that.
To me, the one that broke me was the Voltorb. Like, he looks like he's made of wood.
He is made of wood.
he is made of wood.
Exactly, but it's an electric grass type, isn't he?
Yep.
That's no. If Voltorb was going to get another form, I would have expected electric was his normal one, and then electric steel, but they went with electric grass. To me, I don't know. That just, to me, no. You messed with Voltorb. You messed with my Pokeball Pokemon. Stop.
I tell you what, though, I do like Cleavor. I like what they did with Cleavor.
Yeah. As someone whose favorite Pokemon line is the Cypher line, seeing Cleavor made me really happy when it was first announced.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I guess that means it's, what am I looking forward to? So, I've got kind of 2 things as well as Devan. Although mine are kind of, different. I don't have any Pokemon, and unfortunately, one of them was the Dragon Ball Superhero movie, so I can't talk much about that because we've already done it. But the other 2 things, I'm looking forward to the ending of the Attack on Titan anime.
Yep.
Really am looking forward to the ending, because, like, I don't think you've watched any of it, have you?
No, I haven't. I didn't even know it was coming to an end.
Yeah, the manga finished like 2 years ago now.
Wow.
And season 4, part 2 is supposed to be like the ending. Although what I've been reading is that, and what I know is that the amount of episodes they have left to air is not enough to finish the manga, which means that we're getting a movie to finish off the anime. Well, I mean, the movie is supposed to be titled The Battle of Heaven and Earth.
Oh, yeah.
So, which is actually the title of a chapter from the manga. I've been looking forward to that because I think I did a binge before Season 4 Part 2 came out of the entire Attack on Titan series. Man, oh man, that has been a wild ride. I don't know if it's actually something you'd be able to watch all the way through, Aiden, given your taste in anime yourself. Because I remember you were watching something not too long ago that actually surprised me. Was it One Piece or Naruto?
Watched not the majority of One Piece. I've watched probably 300 episodes of One Piece, but that's why I started that way too late.
Yeah, that's not one you should get into now.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably could, but if they ever stop releasing episodes, that's when you know, yes, I can finally finish watching it. Shut up, Devan. But the other one's not as much of a big one, and that is, I'm looking forward to the 6-year anniversary of the video game Dead by Daylight.
Ah, yep.
Considering the recent trends, so sorry,
6 years. 6 years.
yeah, it's been out for 6 years.
Damn it, man, that's ages. I didn't realize it was that long.
No one did.
We didn't think it would last this long.
Yes.
Considering the way that it's been going, there's a lot of people saying that the game is dying now, although I've put my mind to it and it's like, the game's not dying. The biggest spike of players the game ever had was when they did the Resident Evil chapter.
Oh, yeah.
And ever since then, it's kind of gone back down to the same numbers. And everyone's been like, oh, the game is dying. No, it's not. Everyone that came over from Resident Evil have left because it wasn't the game that they were, supposed to stick around for. So, I don't know. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the 60-year anniversary. We don't know what we're getting yet. We just had the Ringu chapter. So that was fun. But with Silent Hill being the year before Resident Evil, and then Ghostface being the year before that, the 60's got a hell of a fucking bar to break.
I'm gonna say it now. Give us 5 Nights at Freddy's.
Someone actually did a list of 70 possible chapters that it could pick from, and
70.
70 possible licensed chapters. Anime was included, with Attack on Titan being at the top of the list. And
how would they do that?
That's what I said. I don't ever think Attack on Titan would ever. The other one was Death Note, and I'm like, yeah, no. And Elfen Lied apparently was in there as well. I was like, no.
Yeah, definitely the most suiting for DVD will be Mirai Nikki.
Yes, Mirai Nikki.
That is the closest, I think, to getting a DVD crossover, because when you look at the likes of Elfen Lied and Death Note, the main killers in that, like the possible killers, are way too overpowered,
or too human,
or way too human. I mean, we got Legion.
Okay, to be fair though, Devan, overpowered. Have you seen Pyramid Head and have you read his lore?
Oh yeah.
Pyramid Head is easily the strongest character in that video game.
Yeah, but when you look at how his power translates.
Yeah, because he got nerfed to the ground. Kind of like Freddy. Freddy got fucking nerfed to the ground too. I'm not saying because of the developers, because of the entity in the lore.
Yeah.
That said, like I said, I haven't really got a lot to look forward to this year. Like, personally, I'm just working day to day and I'm just hoping that I get this new job, but I haven't heard anything about it for over a month now, so I'm starting to get a little depressed. It's a shame Jordan couldn't be here for this one. But regardless, is there anything else that we're looking forward to there, guys?
Look, other than all my sports, there's not too much more, but I am happy to say the Timberwolves look like they're going to make a good run for the playoffs, so I'm happy about that. That's one thing I'm looking forward to.
That reminds me, Aiden, I've got a photo to send you. I'll do it while we're on the podcast. I recently had to rearrange all of the Rabbitohs and like all the gear at work.
Yeah.
I'm sending you a photo of what our shelf looks like now. It's the top shelf in the three of them. I think it took me half an hour to do your Rabbitohs shelf.
Mate, that's awesome.
And
Why have you got Bulldogs and Tigers though?
we've got every team. We've literally got we got all 16 teams stuff in our store. The only teams that don't have love are Warriors and Titans.
I mean, they've got smaller fan bases, so that makes sense.
Yeah, and we also just can't get any of their gear. But yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat as Aiden. I'm looking forward to the NRL season. I've kind of given up on my NBA team. They're still putting up a fight, but I don't think the Brooklyn Nets are going to get very far.
Listen, they're going under the radar is what they're doing because they've got two of the best players in the NBA. They're sliding under the radar. They're going to finish in a play-in spot, which means they'll easily beat whoever they play in the play-in, and then they'll have a fairly easy run for the playoffs. So I think they're going under the radar, and I think don't underestimate the Brooklyn Nets.
No, I'm not underestimating them. I've just been trying to keep up with the Kyrie Irving shit that's been going on.
Well, one thing I don't understand is Kyrie can watch his son play in March Madness in their home stadium, but due to COVID, he can't play for the Nets in their home stadium because he doesn't have the vaccine. But he can play everywhere else.
Yeah, no, it's very fucking strange.
It's stupid.
It is very stupid.
Yeah, that is kind of
The only other thing I'm looking forward to is the NRL and my hopes for the Knights this year. Although my hopes aren't very high at the moment.
He's had a good hit out in round one, man. Absolutely flogged the shit out of the Roosters, I believe.
We did, yes, but we've only just had one round out of however many. We've got a lot to go, and my luck with the teams I pick, they seem to get fucked over by something.
Never know. A lot of people predicted them to get the spoon. A lot of people tipped against them to beat for the Roosters to win. They're doing a lot better than a lot of people expected.
I just hope that they do, well enough to make me happy. I'll be actually, if they can get into the top 8, I'll be fucking ecstatic, honestly. Because did they even make the top 8 last year?
Yeah, I think they were. They were 7th. They made 7th. They got knocked out in the first week.
Yeah. I'll be happy for 2 years in a row getting top 8. I'm a very casual supporter, but always happy to see that. I mean, considering I just got a new bar mat that's got Knights all over it. Yeah. What about you, Devan? Have you got anything else on the sidelines you're looking forward to?
not really.
I mean, you're in grade 11 now. It's to be expected.
Yeah.
Aiden, just think about it. My little brother is now in his final 2 years of high school.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's very fucking crazy. Alright, well, I think that'll do us for this week. Short to the point. We've kind of just basically covering a week where we were missing one of our own men. Devan, you'll be back next fortnight, though, for the topic that we were originally supposed to discuss today, so we look forward to seeing you then.
I'll be excited to be there as well.
I mean, you were excited today, you were awake before me. That's very rare.
You said be awake before 10.
I know, I slept in, I'm sorry. As usual, Aiden, thank you for being here. You're always a pleasure and a treat.
No worries.
And Jordan, when you listen to this episode, hope your hangover's alright, buddy. Otherwise, that's been the Opinionated Aussies. We will catch you guys in the next episode. And have a good day. Boys.
See you later.
Catches.